Stop pushing. Stop being so dramatic. When a narcissist says stop being dramatic, they're doing two things. The first thing they're doing might be obvious to you, and that is gaslighting. When they dismiss your feelings as dramatic, you start to question, like, am I being dramatic? Am I exaggerating? My money's on you're having a completely normal reaction to whatever it is that they just did. But the whole point of that is to make you feel like your feelings are unwarranted and just exaggerated. My abuser used to call me ridiculous and dramatic all the time. Now, the next thing that being called dramatic does is it invalidates you. This is where they just reject your emotions or minimize them. But what they're really doing there is making you feel like you're not valid, you're not worthy of having this reaction. You're not important. So when they tell you that you're being dramatic and stop pushing, what they're really telling you is that you don't matter, your feelings don't matter. You're not worthy of their consideration. But here's why this works so well. It creates doubt and confusion, and that often keeps you in the relationship. It keeps you dependent. It keeps you checking with them on the validity of your own emotions. And over time, and often through the process of trauma bonding, an abuser will make you feel really dependent on their validation and their approval. You might have this desire to please your abuser. Now, that can even be a trauma response called fawning, right? Where you actually try to appease your abuser to avoid abuse, to stay safe. But when they tell you to stop pushing and that you're just being dramatic, you internalize that message and you actually suppress your emotions even more than you already are. You're trying to avoid the conflict. You're trying to gain their acceptance. Repeated invalidation and gaslighting can start to normalize abuse. I talk to so many clients that bring this up. You stop noticing how bad the abuse is. It starts to become normal. You start to think that your feelings are unwarranted. This reinforces the narcissist's control. So I'm going to ask you, now that you know this, what can you do differently? I'm an abuse recovery coach. I do not recommend that you start battling them and saying, my feelings are not dramatic. Nothing that a victim actually says to their abuser is really going to fundamentally change what they're saying or the way that they're treating you. So really, this all comes down to how can you validate your own feelings? How can you stand firm in knowing that your feelings are warranted? Now, this is really where I help a lot of clients have a strong sense of who they are. If you know who you are, you know what you're worth, you know what you deserve, someone telling you that you're just being dramatic is not going to faze you the same way that it would if you don't. So if this is something that you want to work on, book a coaching call with me or even enroll in the Trauma Bond Recovery course. The course is a 12-module program, and by the end of it, you're going to know exactly who you are.